Salam, hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Elsa here. So on today's video is going to be another Bestie Talk topics. I don't know how it is, like the background. Again, I changed the furniture a little bit here and there, so now you are sort of in like a weird angle. I'm trying not to show my toilet but then at the same time I need the windows, because windows is here to have like a better lighting compared to like just one side of my face that have a light if I'm staying, you know, like facing the sofa, because I guess like the sofa will have like a better view, or maybe not, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna try not to get distracted by the view at the back and focus on the topics that we want to talk today. So for today's topic is going to be a topic about the importance of solitude and alone time for inner peace. So we've been talking about like self-love, like relationship with others, relationship with yourself and stuff. So onto today's is going to be about like how important it is to have a time just for yourself. Being an introvert, this is something that important for me to recharge, for me to reflect, for me to be like just in the quiet times, right? People have a different things that they can do or take on when they are on their own, but yeah, I think it is important to have time to yourself, rather than to be distracted by other people, by things all the time. Because sometimes, at least for me, if I have things all the time, is a way for me to cope with things that I don't want to deal with, right? It's like, oh, I have this, I have that, and then there's a certain things that I have to settle, but I'm just like putting back in my mind, it's like I'm busy, I cannot settle these issues, that kind of stuff. So it's not good at a certain point, but yeah, I think it is still important. All right, so let's get started. Number one, solitude creates a space for you to self-reflect and self-awareness. So when you on your own, how to say, like, I think most of the time that's when you have the most time to think about things. Either you are just in a quiet time, not thinking about anything, or just like not listening to anything, or you just by yourself because you have nothing else to do, right? Depends on how you look at it. But I like to take some time off, for example, like just be by myself. Like for example, even like this morning, I prefer just to get ready in silence rather than like listening to podcasts, listening to music, because when you are listening to something, you have to take on the information that they want to give you, right? So but then when you are on your own, then you have time to think about, oh, how the day gonna be today, what do I want today gonna be, like what's the mood today's gonna bring, that kind of stuff. A time for you to reconnect with yourself, right? To feel like, what am I feeling today, how am I feeling today, how am I really feeling today. So for me, that's important. It's important to give you some space to do like some reflections and then some self-awareness. Usually for me, that's when I do it, right? Like for example, on the weekend, yes, I'm gonna go out with my friends, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but I'll put like couple hours in the morning most of the time. I mean, for me, usually in the morning, I'm very excited to wake up because I know I don't have to work. So I'll wake up early in the morning, have some coffee, have some breakfast, and then while I'm having coffee, I'm gonna have like a journal time, like for me to reflect, okay, what does this week have taught me, what is like this week have gone to, what can I do differently, right? What is that one thing that I don't like that I can change, that I can keep going doing it, or something. So that's, you know, one of the things that you can do when you have time to yourself. Number two, the importance of being alone, spending time alone, is to recharge your mental and emotional energy. Sometimes, at least this, I'm talking from my personal experience, if I travel with other people and I spend time with them for, let's say, a week and stuff, like 1 week or 2 weeks, you will have to put on like a brave face or like a happy face, or like you have to follow along with what other people want, to collaborate, to find a middle ground. Like, I want to do that, she want to do that, they want to do that, so let's find a middle ground where everyone is happy. So you will have to stand up, right? Like be there for whatever things that you are doing. Or if you are in like a working fast-paced kind of environment, like you have to always deliver something on the dot, like this, you always have a due date every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, so you're always in a constant work mode that I think can like burn you out. So when you have time to yourself, that's the time for you like to stop thinking, to clear out your mind, to rest your body, right? If you are keep on going, like especially here in Hong Kong, we are very fast paced. Like even our like escalator is fast. If you compare, this is one thing that I realize, like quite obvious. It's like our escalator in Hong Kong is fast compared to other countries, and especially like recently I went to Japan. It was so slow. I mean, like we are in Tokyo, so I'm expecting Tokyo is a fast pace, but their escalator is slow. It's way slower than us here in Hong Kong. So even our escalator is so fast. That's how fast paced we are in Hong Kong. We walk fast. At least I walk fast, because I was like, okay, I just want to go to my destination. I'll go to my destination. This is what I need to do, and I'll do it. I finish, go home. So you're always on the run. You always go to your next to-do list, like to finish your next to-do list. Like you're always on the run in that sense. So when you have time to yourself, it's a time for you to just like relax, not thinking of anything, like not doing anything. For me, usually on the weekend, that's what I do. Like I take one day of the weekends, and then I just do nothing. Right? If I feel want to do something, that's a different thing. But if I can and I didn't feel like I want to do anything, then I'm not gonna do anything. I'll just like lounge around, eat food that just cook at home. Like I don't even need to go out. I just work out at home. I just like, and then watch TV, read a book, meditating, or like literally do nothing. I'm, how to say, like training myself to not think too much. I tend to be overthinker, right? As any other human being. Good for you if you're not, but I am overthinker. I always think about what if, like if this didn't happen, what if this gonna happen. So I always like have a plan A to Z whenever I do something. Is tiring, okay? To have a plan A, B, C, D, E is tiring, because you have to get ready. Okay, if you do this and it didn't happen, I have to do this, I have to do that. I am independent. When you are independent, you have a lot of things that you have to think about and you have to do by yourself, right? And you have to take care of yourself. So at some point, that's I think why I developed like overthinking trait. So I'm teaching myself to a safe space. For example, my house is my safe space. When I'm home, I don't have to be on the guard all the time. I am safe. I can just like relax. I'm safe at home. I can do anything. No one's gonna judge me. I can just leave my laundry for a month if I want to. I can leave my dishes for days if I want to, because no one's gonna do anything about it. Like no one's gonna come at me. It's like, hey, you have to do this. No one's gonna tell me anything. I can do whatever I want at home. So spend time with yourself, like allow you to recharge your mental and emotional. So that's it. Number 3, the importance of spending time alone is it can improve focus and creativity. This is true. This is the point, right? Okay, everything is a balance. So when you're alone, you have no one to come at you, to talk to you all the time, to say hi to you, to discuss this, to do that. So you have time just to focus on yourself, to focus on the things that you are doing. For example, you are writing, right? Then you can just focus on writing, and you can just like be in the flow, be in the mood, and keep going until whenever you want to stop. Because when you're alone, you don't have to focus on other people, you don't have to focus on other things outside of you. You can just like be inside yourself and then focus on the things that you want to do at that time, and immerse. I think that's the word, immerse in the things that you are doing. It gives you a space to brainstorm, to explore a new idea, to work on the projects that you are doing, and then you will be able to focus because there's less interaction with the outside. But yeah, and I believe that like when you spend your time alone, like either you are walking in the nature, you are running, you are take a shower even, I think that's when you are in the best mood, I guess, to be a creative person, to come up with a new idea, that kind of stuff. So that's I think that's when like where you can take the opportunity, like okay, to think one thing and one thing only, rather than to get distracted with other people and other things. So all right, the next one, like the importance of spending time alone is to foster emotional independence. Sometimes, I guess like most of the time, when you have someone with you, you always have the tendency of rely on other people. You are trying not to think. It depends on what is your energy or what is your nature, like by nature in the relationship. Either is a friendship, is a romantic relationship, is in any type of like a group relationship you're in. you will tend to rely on other people, either emotionally, mentally, that kind of stuff. You just like, oh, I'm traveling, and because I'm traveling with other people, I'm just gonna wait for other people to do it. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. But which is like, it's good and bad. It depends on like how much you rely on other people, right? But I think it's important. Like, that's why I think like solo travel is so important, because it teach you how to rely on yourself. It teach you how to be aware of your surrounding. It teach you how to like find solution when something happen, right? It teach you how to be self-dependent. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. It gives you a chance for you to see where you are in this relationship with yourself, like how comfortable you are with yourself. Like, how do you feel when you are on your own? Are you feeling comfortable? Are you feeling like restless? Are you feeling like something is not right, something is wrong? So it's kind of like give you an opportunity for you to reflect on your relationship with yourself, and then to see if you are dependent on other people, right? I think one thing for me is like I become a little bit more to self-independence, that like when something happened, I just don't talk to people. When something happened, I just like very like in my cocoon, and like trying to make sense of things that happen, and then like trying to find solution out of it, right? Which is good but bad at the same time, because if it's too much, then you just become a little bit more, you know, reserved, I guess. But in that sense, like when we are talking about like how to say, like emotional independence, it can create a peace, like an inner peace. Like you are feeling comfortable with yourself. You know how good you are. You know, like, okay, this is what I'm capable of. I'm comfortable of not being comfortable, that kind of stuff. And that it can, I believe that it can create, it can build your self-confidence. Then it can increase your inner peace. Like once you are confident, it can lead to inner peace, because let's say people are saying like you are ugly, but you are confident that you are pretty, right? Not in a boasting kind of way, but like it's like, I know that I'm okay. Like I'm accepting I'm accepting for who I am, or what my feature is. Like I'm not this, I'm not that, but I'm this and that, and I like my this feature, I like my this feature, and I am accepting of who I am. I am confident who I am. Whatever people are saying on the outside world, like from the outside, you can't block it. All right, so last but not least, I believe can reduce stress. And again, like it can reduce stress and promote your inner calm, right? The inner peace that we are talking about just now is like kind of like related, because when you are confident about yourself, you can find the inner peace. You can just like don't care really about other people are talking, and then when you can focus, you can do a stuff, this, you feel like things are under control, that you are calm, that it can lead to like you can like reduce stress, right? When you reduce stress, we can promote like inner calm. So this is like everything like interconnected. It just depends on how you look at it. Like all these like 5 points is not necessarily like one after the other. It was like a very connected, right? Because when you find like you are under controls, you are calm, that kind of stuff, you can feel peace, and then you can feel like, okay, it's not as stressed as I thought it will be. Like you know things, you know what to do in others in a certain situation. So this is the 5 points that I think, that I believe that how that it is important to spend time with yourself. It can promote, you know, being like a better person for you yourself, to stand up for yourself, to believe that, to realize that, hey, I deserve better, I deserve this.